Fire season is peaking in Southern California. The Santa Ana winds cranking up right now, devastating fires going on. And one theory about the name of the Santa Ana winds comes from Santa Ana Canyon, which is also potentially named from a Mexican president and general. His name, Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. Regardless, here's the Santa Ana setup. You've got high pressure that's building into the north. Low pressure was south of that. You have a funneling effect. So it's a potentially destructive wind setup. The strong wind, low humidity, that's combining in a region that is normally and typically very dry. High pressure to our north and west, low pressure to our south. And think about on the East Coast, if you're watching this from New York or Boston or a big city, when the wind funnels through the buildings versus when out in the open in a plain in a field, it's not as windy. You also have the low moisture. So when the wind goes from high elevation to low elevation, it warms up and it dries out. Relative humidity drops. So the vegetation just gets desiccated. And also there's been more building of buildings and less vegetation, less trees. So here's the setup Tuesday night through Wednesday coming up. A very dangerous setup because of the dry spring that happened and also how much fire activity has been happening lately. High pressure once again. High elevation wind comes down and it's going to squeeze through and filter down into the Santa Ana Canyon, and it's going to just dry things out again. So a very dangerous setup from Tuesday night into Wednesday. Make sure you're staying tuned and following along on Nappy's notes and Jason Nappy Weather for the latest.